Hey guys, and welcome to Quarter Shot, and yet another twist in the Novak Djokovic visa case, mess, whatever you want to call it, because who saw this coming? Well, some people would have, but it's another twist as Australia revoke Novak Djokovic's visa for a second time. So his visa's been cancelled a second time in a row over his right to remain in the country unvaccinated. Apparently, the decision was made on a health and good order grounds, which means he could be deported and get a 3-year visa ban. Now, we're going to go through exactly what's being said in the statement, etc., as well, and the reports. And then I'm going to kind of say what it means going forward, consequently, for Djokovic, for the Australian Open. What are the potential outcomes? Yeah, could be deported and get a 3-year visa ban. Yeah, I mean, he could still launch another legal challenge to remain in Australia. He was supposed to obviously play on Monday in the Australian Open, but yeah, it's in doubt. So it was Minister Alex Hawkes, the immigration minister. We know it was really the decision was in his hands. He was the person who could cancel it. Everyone was just waiting to see if he would do it. And he pushed that button. He pushed that button. So he said, "Today I exercise my power to cancel the visa held by Mr. Novak Djokovic on health and good order grounds on the basis that it was in the public interest to do so." Prime Minister Scott Morrison said that the decision followed careful consideration. Australians have made many sacrifices during this pandemic, and they rightfully expect the result of those sacrifices to be protected, he said in a statement. Apparently, Djokovic will meet with immigration officials in Melbourne on Saturday morning and will be allowed to stay in his current accommodation, so he won't be put in a detention centre or hotel. So Friday night, he'll be able to stay in his current hotel, even though some media had speculated he might be moved to an immigration detention hotel. That's not going to happen. In terms of, we know what's on the line, so I don't need to talk about that in terms of the records on the line. But yeah, at the moment, he's still in the draw. It's interesting because if he's deported, however, his slot will most likely go to Russian player Andrei Rublev, which is weird because you would have thought his spot would go to someone else, but it might be to do with the ranking systems because number one has dropped out. So then I think Rublev is number 5. So he would then slot in there. It's very, very interesting. But either way, we'll deal with that when it comes up. So obviously we know that his visa was revoked on the 6th of January because of the documentation issues. Yeah, very, very interesting. I'm not quite sure how it's going to go, but apparently a lot of people are saying that this is a bit of a political move. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I am an expert in in politics whatsoever because I'm not, especially in Australian politics. So let's see how it goes. In terms of other bits and bobs, yes, he's meant to meet with the immigration officials on Saturday morning. I'm very, very now skeptical about his participation because if he meets with them on Saturday, right, and then he appeals it, most likely, if he's lucky, it gets sorted on the weekend. But normally, like last time, it took quite a few days to then set the date for the trial. It'll have to be another trial, I'm assuming. So you'd have to set the date for the trial, which won't be straight away. It'd probably be next week, which is during the Australian Open. So he'll miss it. In my eyes, whatever happens, he will miss it, unless I'm mistaken. Which, yeah, I mean, I can't see a scenario that Djokovic plays the Australian Open. I cannot see a scenario where Djokovic plays the Australian Open. I really can't. I mean, he's gonna launch another appeal to kind of desperately try and see if he can do it. Of course, they'll try and move up timelines, knowing the reason why he is appealing. So maybe they will do it on the weekend, but I just can't see it happening that quickly, honestly. But we shall see. Very, very interesting. A couple of people. So a senior MP for Australia's Labour opposition said Djokovic never should have gotten a visa in the first place. This embarrassing and farcical incident could have been avoided. Mr. Morrison and his minister always act too little too late. So obviously that's political, though. No comment from Victoria government on visa decision. So I'm not sure timeline's decision if this is going to work at all for Djokovic. So the decision to cancel Djokovic's visa after a court previously ruled in his favour is largely about saving face with Australian voters in an election year. Yeah, I mean, see, so that's not great. I mean, they should really be making decisions based on whether it's correct or not. If obviously she's implying that it's reporters are implying, sorry, that decisions are being made on a political basis, which is not right, to be fair. But yeah, Australia caught on standby. Okay, so apparently a reporter saying here, Federal Circuit Court spokesman said they are on standby in case of a legal challenge to the decision to revoke Novak Djokovic's visa, but added that so far nothing has been filed. But yeah, legal experts have tipped him to appeal it again. So okay, so it sounds like if they're on standby, then most likely they'll be able to do it on the weekend. But that means he will be tied up, and again, it will cut into his practice. But at least it means that he has a chance, no matter how small, of still participating in it. It looks most likely like he will be deported. I'll be very, 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 very surprised now at this stage. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if we've seen it in the Australian Open, to be honest with you, playing that first round against Kekmanovic, which is a shame from a tennis point of view. From a political and vaccination, blah, blah, I mean, I'm not going to comment on it because, again, I'm not knowledgeable enough on it. I'm here to talk about tennis. But, yeah, extremely interesting. I mean, it seems a whole mess, and everyone looks really bad in this whole situation. Djokovic looks bad because, obviously, his pictures coming out of him, he doesn't look good. We've also got, who else have we got? We've got the Australian government. Who else have we also got? And we've got the Australian Open. Everyone just looks horrific. And then obviously you've got that poor lady from the WTA who got her visa cancelled after, the border said no. And Djokovic's appeal got overturned, so it looked like he was going to play. But he's now got cancelled. I think this, again, is about the government and border control making a hard stance on it and trying to really double down on what they think should be happening. But yeah, crazy stuff. I'll keep you updated if anything else new comes in, but that's where we're at. Djokovic, his visa's been cancelled for a second time. He most likely will be deported and potentially will face a 3-year ban on obtaining a new visa. It looks like he's going to appeal, but there hasn't been anything official come out yet. And if he does, it will have to be done on the weekend because the Australian Open is only 3 days away. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Amazing to have so many guys, new people actually, tuning into the channel on the tennis side as well. But yeah, please do smash the like button. It really, really does help. And do subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell as well to get alerts to all the new videos that we release. And if you're interested in Patreon and other stuff, there's links to the description to the video, which you can check out, including our social media links. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you